So another video. I've made a couple and actually, decided better of them. Yeah, I'm surprised that I still haven't heard from YouTube. Nothing. Not a single comment, nothing. And it's really got me wondering. I mean, they say they have this zero tolerance policy, blah, blah, blah. And you see it happen. You see it happen out there in the real world. You see something on YouTube and all of a sudden it's gone. Stuff does disappear. And it seems obvious if I was to stand up and piss on my camera right now, yeah, that video wouldn't last too long. But if somebody posts my name, address, and phone number, it's 24 hours. And if the Amazing Atheist decides to, order his minions to, try, help him drive somebody off YouTube, somebody who's not in anybody's face at all, not breaking any ethical rule, but speaking their opinion, that's okay. So, I mean, that video is almost more than 12 hours old now, I guess. So it's obviously not going to go anywhere until it's been seen by everybody who wants to see it. And it's just hard to imagine a company could be bought for $1.1 billion. I guess they, Google is a rich company, but, apparently I don't know what they would figure. They would spend that much money on a company and then spend $10 to run it. And it's kind of ironic, is the Amazing Atheist was complaining about the bug with the subscriber number, and he even suggested they should shut down for a couple of days to fix that. Well, I guess maybe they should shut down for a couple of days if they can't stop this crap. I mean, my name and address is now on the profile page for the Amazing Atheist, so that's, it's been up there for a few hours now too. So this is just crap. This is just plain simple bullshit. I know if I did committed these same ethical violations, I'm pretty damn sure I wouldn't be talking to you right now. And just for the assholes who are doing it, you're really missing the whole point here. I don't care. I mean, it really doesn't matter who knows where I live and all the rest of this crap. It's not the goddamn fucking point. It's the principle. Because if I know if I was in a different circumstance, I would care. And this would work. This would intimidate me off the fucking goddamn internet. And that's the fucking point. And you just don't get it. So just go ahead and keep playing your games. I don't give a shit. Follow, call, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not going anywhere until YouTube gets rid of me. Until I do whatever it takes. But I mean, maybe that's what this whole thing is. It's a, I had a, so I would, anyway. I'll get to the funnier part. I had a dream a couple of days ago, and I wasn't going to say anything about it, but it was very funny though, because the Amazing Atheist was in it. And yeah, I don't remember why, but he was, was over at my house, and we were messing on the computer, and it's like he had his own operating system, which I thought was really weird. He didn't have to use Windows or anything like that. He had his own operating system. And I was booting up or something. Then he said he was hungry and he wanted something to eat. And so anyway, all I had was like an old box of Raisin Bran. And apparently I didn't have any bowls. So anyway, he pours the box out on the table. And as, all the raisins were on the bottom, and so they were all on the top now. And then he just pours milk right on top of it, right on the desk. And then he eats it without a spoon or a fork, just gobbles it up like an animal. And it was just kind of funny. And so anyway, I don't remember the details of what the hell was going on, but anyway, somehow we ended up at his house. You know how the dreams work. He had this huge, giant house. And it was kind of weird because it was like one floor, but it was like really high. But it was all this like structure, these wooden beams and all this kind of stuff. And the entertainment, whatever. I mean, you just go along, it's somebody else's house or whatever they do. And so he had this compulsion, they had to go touch the ceiling of the house, the roof of the house. And so he's climbing up all this structure, and so he tells me, okay, you climb up too. And so we were climbing through all this wooden structure. And that part of the dream, it's hard to understand what that all represented. So it was just kind of bizarre though, and it was all kind of rickety, and you almost felt like the whole friggin' house was going to fall on you because you're doing this. And so it was kind of weird. And so we were back on the floor, and we're doing, I can't remember, you know, sorry, don't have the really great details, but there was something going on. Anyway, so, and so this Telly Savalas character is there, you know, and so I guess that was, you know, Tommy from the Bronx, you know, and so, you know, and he's talking about, you know, he's got to get him some heroin, you know, and they're just talking, as I said, and but it was just kind of funny. It was like, what, you fuck, you do heroin? You know, you crazy? And, you know, so that was kind of weird. And so then there was a view out the window, and there was this long line of people, okay, trying to get in like it was a concert or something, you know, into the Amazing Atheist house. And, you know, there was, Christopher 7 was in the line. Like, he was the only black guy, you know, in the line. And he's making all these, like, Richard Pryor jokes, and so it was kind of funny. And so then, and then, you know, but we, you know, it's funny that we could even hear him, because he's like a half-mile away in this line, you know, coming up. And so he's like telling the guy, come on, I deserve a, you know, a free pass to get in, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm good friends with TJ, blah, 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 this kind of crap he's saying. And look, I'm the only black guy in the line, come on, you know. It was just kind of funny. And so, yeah, so we were sort of joking inside the house, well, what's he going to think when I'm over here, you know? Because it's not that we had a fight or anything, it's just that, you know, he kind of sort of chose sides, and that was it. And, you know, so that just was, like, really weird. And so he's coming up towards the house, and all of a sudden, like, the whole house kind of changed. And it's like half the house is just like this, it's not a bed, but it's like this sea of pillows or soft shit. I don't even know how to describe it. And so that's like where everybody's hanging out. There are other people, but they're not distinct, you know. So, you know, I don't know if fake Sagan or hard drive made into the dream. I guess they just, you know, my brain just ignored them somehow. But anyway, there are people, other people. And so anyway, we're lounging, you know, and you sort of have the feeling of like some sort of ancient Rome kind of opulence, you know, lazy-ass kind of lifestyle, gluttony, you know, it has that kind of feel to it. And so there, you know, we're hearing people at the door, and so Christopher 7's going to be coming in and whatever. But at the same time, then they start tickling me. And I start to realize that it was all a trap, and I'm going to be, you know, because I can't move, and they're going to tickle me to death. And so I mean, the good part is I start to laugh so hard that I wake up, and so that's the end of the dream. But it was just that whole idea that they kind of sucked me into some sort of trap, and I was thinking about that today. And I'm saying the Amazing Atheist has to be smart enough to know not to have made the video he made today. And so I'm thinking, why would he do it? There has to be a strategy. There has to be a deliberate cause for him to do that. And maybe the cause was to get me to go hysterical. I mean, I don't know who's connected to who in YouTube. I don't know why somebody would feel secure enough to do something this stupid. I mean, I just 3 days ago, you know, he even forced him to make a concession in his last video to me, you know, that he went too far with the other crazy asses. And here he does it again. And it's like, why would he do that? So, I mean, if you have an answer to the why questions, you know, why the wooden stuff in the roof? Because I really don't get that. And, you know, but why would he do this? I mean, why would he deliberately cross this line? Because it's a line. He's got to know it's a line. You don't cross. You don't request that your subscribers go do something for you. That's a violation of the terms of service. I'm sure it is. I mean, there's no way they're going to interpret it any other way. Very strange.